And then just let me know whenever you want me to switch tabs, switch slides.
Yep.
Okay, all right. Hi, my name is Deacon. We are with J Company, and this is our company presentation.
Hi, I'm CD, and we're going to talk about our comprehensive strategy for achieving cost leadership across the private label and internet markets, along with the key growth avenues that will be successful for our business. If we start with cost leadership, in the private label market, achieving cost efficiency is crucial. This begins with the efficient production where streamlined processes help reduce production costs. We also focus on supplier negotiations, forging strong partnerships that secure better pricing and terms. The adoption of technology plays a key role, allowing us to improve operational efficiency and reduce errors. Additionally, economies of scale come into play as we increase production volume, generating significant cost savings. Now, moving into the internet market, cost leadership is achieved through digital marketing optimization by targeting our ads more efficiently. We reduce overall advertising spending while maximizing impact. Moreover, we embrace cost-effective commerce solutions, leveraging digital tools to minimize operational costs and enhance customer experience. You can go to the next one now. In terms of growth strategies, we turn to the Anzoff Matrix, which guides our focus on expanding both market share and product offerings. Through market penetration, we aim to increase our market presence via strategic marketing and partnerships. In the private label and internet sectors, we also focus on product development, introducing eco-friendly and health-conscious products to meet the evolving needs of our consumers. Additionally, market development will be key as we look to expand geographically and locally, ensuring that our presence grows both in new and existing markets. For a holistic approach, we also consider value chain analysis, ensuring that each segment of our operation supports overarching goals. This starts with inbound logistics, where we prioritize sustainable sourcing and strong supplier relationships. Our operations rely on lean manufacturing, focusing on cost-efficient practices in outbound logistics. We ensure that our shipping processes are streamlined for timely delivery on the market and sales front. Digital marketing and SEO enhance our visibility and broaden our reach, while our commitment to service ensures that customers enjoy excellent support, including easy returns and reliable assistance. You could go to the next one. In summary, by embracing cost leadership across both our private label and internet markets, expanding our reach and optimizing every part of our value chain, we are well positioned to deliver long-term growth and success. And then I'll pass it over.
All right, next I'll be going over some of our achievements and challenges that we faced throughout the year. So first, we had an A credit rating, which was a complete letter grade improvement from whenever we first started, which was currently at a B. So now it's on A, which could be good for future investments. We'll have a good credit rating, so we can be able to get more and better interest rates and more loans. The next is we had a positive return on equity. It wasn't the highest number, but it was positive, so I think that's an achievement in our book because it can be a rough market out there. The next, we had earnings per share growth. That went from a 1.55% to a 2.2%, so it's always good to see growth whenever it comes to earnings per share. Next, we had an overall growth in stock price, which is also a big deal especially when it comes to investors and people investing into our company. So our original stock price started at $12.43 and it ended at $14.85. Next, some of our biggest challenges would just be overall net revenues. So that was definitely one of the things that we struggled with, was really growing that revenue, and having a higher volume net revenue. I think our first year we had close to around $430,000, and then we ended around $300,000. So that was just probably one of our most consistent challenges throughout the year. The next was our image rating. We didn't do a whole lot of things to proactively increase our image rating. We didn't do any celebrity sponsorships. We didn't do any major marketing, campaigns or anything. We didn't really think that was super important for us. So that definitely took a hit on our image rating. And then lastly would just be overall bigger growth. I would say right now over the year, we were pretty a low volume company. So that was another big challenge that we found, was just expanding upon what we've done. Next, we'll be going over production and competitive strategy. So the competitive strategy we took is we wanted to take a more conservative approach, so be too aggressive. That way, because it was a simulation, we didn't know what was going to happen, so we wanted to be very conservative in what we did, and didn't want to do anything too crazy and then take a bigger hit. Another thing we also did is we wanted to focus on core products, so specifically the branded models of shoes. We also want to target reliable markets. So we didn't target in fact, the only markets we were in was the North American and then the East Asian Pacific market. Those were the only two that we were in. We didn't take any ventures in any of the other ones. So yeah, we just wanted to do conservative marketing and branding. Don't do anything too crazy. That way because we didn't know what was going to happen in the simulation. So as for production, like I said earlier, we only did participate in the North American and Asian Pacific regions. Those were just the ones that we had already had products and warehouses in, so we didn't want to take any big leaps in the markets we didn't know much about. In the Asian Pacific market, we did have steady production. So I believe we were producing around 2,000 pairs of shoes, and then we ended around 24. So it really wasn't a whole lot. Like I said, we kind of struggled with growing volume, but in our Asian Pacific organization, we did grow at least over the time. And then the production varied based on the performance in the North American market. So it was very much up and down. Like we started around I think about 3,500 pairs of shoes, and then we went up all the way up to I think 4,000, got all the way down to below 3,000. But we ended right around the same pace, maybe a little bit lower. So yeah.
My name is Ricardi. I'm part of the group and wanted to talk about the financial performance of the company. So the first part we'll talk about is the net revenue trends, as Deacon was saying. So this one was one of our challenges to make sure that our revenue keep going up. So if you look at what we have from year 11 to year 20, we took our biggest hit in year 15 and in year 18. So from year 14, we had around like $498,000, and we got our biggest hit of 273 in year 15. And the same thing happened in year 18, where we were at 315,000 and we're down to 258. Overall, from those two big hits, we've been trying to keep a steady net revenue and hoping to grow it in the future. Next one. And for earning per share, as you can see, we started in year 11 at 1.55, and from year 20, we're at $2.20. So it's the same thing that kind of happened for revenue when we got hit in the year 15 and year 18. So from year 15, we're at negative 1.49, and in year 18, we're at 0.73, and we're able to bounce back from those negative numbers in the following years. Next one. So our return on investment. So our return on investment, if you look at the number we have after year 15 and year 18, so once we got those two hits, we're focusing more on our return on investment. From negative 9.4, we went to 12.6. And after year 18, where we had a negative of 4, and then year 19, we have a 15.8. So this was kind of a strategy. When we got the hit, when we took the hit in year 15, so we focused more on our return on investment to make sure we raise those numbers so we can bring back on net revenue. Next one. So our stock price. So our stock price been doing pretty good. Even though in year 15, year 18, we were at 5%, which was the lowest we've ever seen in our company. But overall, if you look at the graph, we've been going up from year 11, we're at 12, and we ended year 20 at 15%. Next one. So credit and image rating. So overall, throughout year 11 and year 20, we've been trying to keep our credit rating. We've been trying to keep it above A or try to maintain an A plus. Year 18 and year 15 we were down to like C plus, but we're able to bring it back to A plus and A minus, and we're able to finish year 20 with a credit rating of A. And our image rating, which wasn't the focus of our company. So we started year 11 at 60, and overall we've been the only year we were up from year 11 was year 14, where we were at 64. Then we'll bring it down because, as Deacon was saying, we didn't do any big marketing, branding. We didn't do any of that. So the main focus was to keep our revenue up and keep our earning per share and return on investment up. Next one. So our lesson learned. So from net revenue to earning per share, return on investment, stock price, credit rating, and image rating. So what we know is that what strategy are we going to bring in to make sure that we keep our net revenue up as it was from 498? What can we do to not let it happen again? What can we do to not let our net revenue bring down to 270,000 from 498? So if you look at our graph and our numbers, from 498 to 273, we were able to bring it down to 279. And from year 18, we got another 8 from 315 to 258, and we were able to finish there with 306. So this is the trend we want to go up. We want our revenue to keep going up, our earning per share and return on investment, stock price, and credit rating to keep going up, and try to maintain that pace we're in to bring the company to the level we need it to be at.
The next lesson learned for me was as it was kind of went more with our competitive strategy. We took a more conservative approach. And I think the lesson learned is that it's good for keeping business afloat, but it's not really the best strategy for competitive success. Kind of like we're coming over, we struggle with growing the business and creating a higher volume of net revenue. We had a really good credit rating, but I mean, at the end of the day, they really didn't seem to, you're kind of towards the bottom. So I think our competitive strategy, I think it worked because the business is still alive, but I don't think long term they would really suffice, especially in a competitive environment like shoes.